Welcome to Grapes and Debates, a podcast where we'll uncork some incredible wine and debate varietals of issues within the restaurant industry, one glass at a time. Complex, yet delicate to be sure. And now, your hosts and owners of So Napa Grill, Adam Berenger, Chris Botting, and Joe Bates.
To the Baker's Dozen.
Woo!
Episode 13. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers,
right.
my friends.
I see that.
In the eye.
Yeah.
In the eye. Yep.
Everybody has their drink of choice.
Lovely bouquet on this.
Grapes, debates, and Whistlepig.
A little bit of bourbon.
That was a terrible whistle.
Little bit of bourbon around the world.
All right.
I love
Nicely
that. Stop
done.
at Africa. Stop at South America. Stop
Oh,
at
no, yeah.
We start right about here. We start right
Yeah.
about here. Yeah,
Central
yeah.
Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on to the seriousness of what we have. We always start out with grapes, and then we go to debates. Debates, not Joe Bate.
Yeah, no, different. Right.
Business partner Joe Bate, Chris Botting. And,
Hello, everybody.
And our
Adam
founder.
Berenger, and our fearless leader, Adam Berenger.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good. So the grapes, Rodney Strong and EOS Pinot Grigio.
Shall I start?
Yeah, I would like that.
So EOS Pinot Grigio, entry level, if you will, and it's at our entry level wine at the restaurant, but it's a fantastic entry level wine. We've got the Pinot Grigio, the Pinot Noir, the Cab, the Merlot, fantastic brand. EOS is a Greek god.
oh
Yes.
Oh,
I
wow.
did know that.
So it is not EOS, it's
It's
EOS. And I've kind of fallen in love with it as an everyday drinker.
okay.
I'm a white wine guy, kind of going into finishing up the day, going into the night. Listen, it's hot in Florida,
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
and I'm kind of a big guy. I'm not small, and I sweat a lot, and so I like something cold,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So
What you like, what you like.
refreshing, right? So this is refreshing for me. I love it. Crisp, beautiful, great flavor.
What do you pair that
And
with?
I pair it with.
Joe
I'm going to
Bates.
tell you what
He pairs it with Joe Bates.
No, I'll tell you what he pairs it with. He pairs it with a fucking Yeti and ice.
Not a Stanley Cup.
Listen,
I pair it with a Yeti.
But what- you know what? What's the history of
We all have our
Stanley?
faults.
What's the history of Stanley
Here
Cups?
we go.
All right, well, Stanley, it goes back at least 4 decades. It was the thermos of choice for the manliest of men.
Like that screw
The
cap.
screw
Yeah,
cap,
oh, no way.
Pour
yes.
your coffee in it.
Or in my dad's case, it was daiquiris that he would make, and he would take to the beach. And there was a story when I was about 5 or 6 years old. My dad left his cup in the sand, and my mom says as soon as my father took his eyes off it, I scooped it up and slammed it back. And within 45 minutes, I was out. I was down
And they
for
knew
the count.
from that point on.
Yeah. Keep your eye on your drinks when you have Seabot around.
No, I was thinking from that point on, you want your
Careful.
kid to go to sleep.
Oh, yes.
Like a daiquiri.
Daiquiris or, AKA Benadryl these days. But yeah, we all have our elixir to fix our kids when they're not being right.
So to go a little bit deeper, though, it is part of the Foley family.
Okay, so we're done with Stanley. That was it. Now
No,
you're
the EOS.
and we're back to EOS.
Well, yeah. Sidebar.
Okay.
Stanley. Still not sure. Like the Thermos brand. It's still.
It's still alive. It's still out there. But Stanley.
I'm pretty sure I had a
was-
lunchbox that was.
It probably
We're
wasn't.
talking about men, and now we're talking about kids.
Yeah.
Careful.
Okay.
No, that one thermos lunchbox with the lid, with the thermos in the lid.
I get it. I
All
was
right.
there.
All right.
I was there.
So part of the Foley family of wineries,
Yes.
which
Part of the portfolio.
So Napa loves, and this is just one of my everyday favorites, and I love it. Yeah. So that's what I'm drinking right now. It's
And-
the EOS Pinot Grigio.
No, and it's
Love it.
it's considered our house wine, and it's an
Yeah.
elevated house wine.
Absolutely.
So, and what I'm drinking is Rodney Strong, Cab, Sonoma County. It has been probably my go-to wine for a decade, and I tried to get away from. I shouldn't even say that. I don't know why I tried to get away from it.
Yeah.
I just love the wine. It's my everyday. It's
Nothing wrong
it's
with
our everyday drinking wine.
Yeah.
We drink this wine every day. We had the opportunity to go to
Rodney.
Sonoma.
Yes.
Go to Rodney Strong.
Yep.
The winemaker at the time, Rick Sayer,
Yes. Had
he-
some roots.
right
had
here.
some history.
Yeah, so his brother lives in
Port Orange.
Port Orange. His parents lived off of Riverside Drive.
Yep.
Really?
And-
Yeah,
No,
yes.
this is serious.
Yeah.
How do I not know this story?
Yeah.
Oh no, this
Yeah.
is serious.
Yeah.
Well, because you came on. This is
Okay.
This is
okay. Pre-Joe Bates history.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking 4 years ago.
No, it's a little more than
A
that.
little longer.
Yeah,
A little longer
sure.
than
No,
that.
so,
yeah.
so anyway, Rick Sayer, winemaker, we meet him at the restaurant. He came in town to see his parents, and then we went out there. We had one of the best experiences meeting Rick. Rick sat, not only did he do a personal tour with us, then he sat down with us, and then Tim Klein, the name on the back of that bottle, that dude sat.
Tom.
And you had his hat, he put his brim hat on you.
Yeah, it hangs in the restaurants. The picture, maybe in Ormond Beach.
I love
And
that.
in New
It's-
Smyrna.
Oh, it does in New
Yeah,
Smyrna too.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So-
Yeah, definitely.
Gotcha.
But it was, what an awesome experience. And then we
Yeah,
sat on
it
the
was-
patio.
Yes.
They cooked pizzas for us.
They even brought out wines they hadn't even released yet. They were plain white labels.
No, this was a cool fucking
with,
story.
I
with
love
just numbers
Yeah.
on them and the numbers delineated where on the property
Yeah.
that they were grown, when they were picked, and what the grapes were. So if you were not part of Rodney Strong, you would have had
Yeah.
no idea what any of those numbers made. But the winemakers, this was kind of like their hieroglyphics,
Yeah.
Right.
in a sense that there was, it only meant something to them.
No,
So cool.
Yeah.
And to further that, so then we're drinking those wines.
Yeah.
And there had to be, let's say, 10 of us lined up at that bar.
Yep.
And so Rick Sayer, the winemaker, says, okay, how many people liked that first Pinot Noir? And I'm thinking to myself,
You're not a Pinot Noir guy.
no, it
Never
doesn't
has
matter.
been.
No,
Never has
but
been.
still, I'm thinking
Okay.
nobody is going to raise their fucking hand.
And
I think 7 or 8 of us did.
Yeah. And then the next wine, he says, okay, how many people like the second wine? I'm thinking, no, who else could think this is good? And 2 people raise their hand. And then the final one is like, who likes the third one? I'm thinking like this.
Yeah.
Nobody else
Adam.
you're
is
the only guy?
Yes. The point is that my palate was so much different than everyone else's with regards to that particular Pinot Noir. And then we did it again for, let's say, a Merlot and a Cab. And what was interesting in the exercise is it was the first time that I realized that my palate is different
Sure.
than everybody else's. And it ended up being mixed, where it was a third, a third, a third.
Right.
And so that was when Rick Sayer said to us, he's like, exactly. And I want to tell my marketing team the very same thing. And can we market more than one Pinot Noir? I don't know what the end of
Right.
the story was.
Right.
Well, I mean, we were at one point in our lives, we were part of the research and development team at
Of-
Rodney Strong.
Oh yeah, there we have it.
We were this. That's what this all comes down
Yeah.
to. We were part of that unique group
Yeah.
that helped, forge the Pinot Noirs for Rodney Strong.
Well,
So-
it just says that everybody's palate's a little bit different.
is,
sure.
it is,
And what
it
you like
is.
is what you like.
yes.
So
yeah. So,
And
I
then
mean,
and I will say just one more story. Rick Sayer, awesome.
yes.
He's come out here to visit his family, and we've done wine dinners. Since then, he's retired.
Yep.
Just an awesome individual and a great winemaker.
Yeah.
And one of the last, not one of the last times, probably 2017 or 2018 when we went out there. I think that's when it was. And we were in Healdsburg. And we had to use the restroom, and so we run into this hotel, and it has a freaking a restaurant in the hotel, and there's Rodney Strong, or no, there's Rick Sayers,
yes,
having dinner with all these winemakers.
Yes,
and it was just a cool experience.
Yeah. Well, no, a
Is that
group
where
of guys.
Charlie Burley did the Caterpillar?
No, that's
No,
different.
that was much later. That
Okay.
was much
All right,
later.
I wasn't
But
sure.
yeah, no, but it was
Confusing my stories.
It was winemakers and people in the wine industry at the grassroots level, just kind of hanging out, and blowing off steam and having wine. And we ran in during that during that moment, and it was just fun to see. Wow, look at these guys, the people who are putting out some of the best wines in my opinion, in the California scene that we're just hanging out.
It's a cool community out there.
Oh yeah,
right?
100%. Yep.
We've got one,
and we've
one
experienced
more thing
that
up here.
That's we do grapes and debates.
What's
is
Seabot?
that made out of grapes?
What's Seabot drinking?
Actually, this is a
little bit of a
more of a grain
beer.
No,
more of a
grain driven elixir.
Yeah.
So we've got a little Whistlepig here.
Okay.
So the Boss Hog.
Boss Hog. The only thing I know about that is,
folks, this is
Dukes of Hazzard.
Sure.
Yeah,
so folks, this is
that's with 2 G's.
Oh.
That's Boss Hog.
Joe Bates talks about a pool pounder. This is my breakfast bourbon.
Okay, all right.
This is if I want to start my day with a bourbon.
French toast, or are you going?
Well, there's
Belgian
some,
waffle.
there's some caramel notes. It's probably just with some maybe an ice cube or two.
okay.
Love that. I love that for you. Yeah.
I was thinking banana,
but I
pancakes
would put this, but
with
I would
maple.
I would put this on. I would reduce this and definitely put it on some pancakes, maybe some waffles. But it truly has some caramel notes, a little bit of vanilla, very extremely smooth. We don't carry this bottle per se, the Boss Hog, but we do have the Whistlepig in our Ormond store.
Yep.
In our Jack store.
What is what's the enclosure there? Can you lift that up? Can you take that out?
The Samurai Scientist.
So is that? Let me see what that is.
This is the Samurai Scientist.
But what is this?
It's a cork. And corks are for quitters. So we're just
You've got a long way to go.
You might need to be
and a short time to get there.
All right, boys. Well played.
Okay, all right. We're just checking.
But I do have to drive home.
There's
let
no
you be.
cork here,
I'll let you be.
and there's a cork. But
we don't want the bouquet to
all right
to go down
anyway
a bad road.
I just really wanted to know.
This is the Samurai Scientist.
Corks are for quitters.
Yes.
13th episode. You can put the cork back in.
We have to. Yes.
That's a little different.
Yes.
That's
but
test.
3 personal fun choices
Yes.
that
3 fun choices
we like to drink every day.
And
cheers.
Not that we drink every day, but
not unless you try.
if we did,
this is what I would drink.
These would be our choices.
Here we
If
go.
we did. Cheers.
Grapes, EOS and Rodney. The bourbon, I don't think it's a grape, but it was a good choice.
Wait, it's a spirit. It's an elixir that fixers.
There you go. And now we're on to the debates, and it's not so much of a debate, but it's really a discussion. And I just want to talk about. We all went to the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago.
Great time.
2 weeks ago.
That was awesome.
Was it
Or
2
weeks?
weeks
No,
ago?
10 days ago.
10 days ago.
10 days ago.
Yeah.
In any event, I thought it was a awesome experience. I was able to present on 2 topics.
Yep.
One, cost-effective benefits to attract and retain a talent, and then liquid profits. I had a great time up there talking and meeting people. You guys were more on the floor when it came to looking to see what's out there, is there anything new that you saw that was like, holy fuck, this is awesome?
Well, I think that there were so many different things represented in that show. Everything from ceiling tiles to cleaners to pizza crusts to beverages. It was overwhelming for the senses, I think. And we weren't there for an extended amount of time. We were in and out,
Sure,
so to speak. Was it something that I would do again? I don't know. Unless you're looking for something very specific,
right?
I think we could find that in the food shows that we get through our Cisco,
right?
Or purveyor,
or here in Florida,
or our wine reps that bring to us. You take the time and go see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a once in a lifetime.
I believe
kind
that.
of thing.
I believe that.
Go see it that one time. But was it something that unlocked any doors for us? I'm going to say no. I don't think it did.
No.
But that's just my perspective. Joe, how did you?
I got a handful of ideas. I got a handful of cool things that we could possibly bring back. The equipment and the technology that is progressing right now is insane. Bluetooth ovens,
right.
wireless technology.
I'm just going to reach over while you guys are talking. Go ahead.
No, Rodney, strong. Stay strong.
Sure.
Yeah. Hashtag stay strong.
Hashtag ultra strong.
So 900 vendors. It was a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
But what I thought was really cool is you got to the back of the venue and there's these tiny booths and there's guys like us. There's private guys that are just kind of trying to sell their wares and
scratching.
They're scratching.
Right.
Let me, we saw a couple
Let me
of
get
things.
Let me get here and compete with the big boys.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I thought was cool because as really, privateers ourselves,
Entrepreneurs
and privateers, for these guys to be going there, parked in the back corner
to be discovered,
and they were so engaged.
Yes.
Let me tell you about my wares and products. And then we saw a couple of our big giant vendors that we already do business with. We have a relationship with, and they were so happy to see us. And then we walked by one vendor who we don't do a relationship with, but he lives. It was Square. Yeah, Square. And was it Ryan?
I don't remember.
Forgive me if it was Ryan. If it wasn't Ryan, but forgive me. So we walked by a vendor we don't do a relationship, but the guy lives next to our Jacksonville location. He's like, so Napa, I love you guys. And so it was super cool. And Chicago is just a cool town. Right. My first time there, and to be there with my partners and my family. I consider you guys. It was a really cool experience.
But that's what you go there to be discovered. And I think we are also on that on that path to be discovered. We are looking to grow our brand and get our message out, get our great food out, great to get that experience out. We're part of that.
I thought it was
we're part of that
troop. I'm glad that we did it 100%. I'm glad that I was able to speak and everybody.
I'm going to cut you off. So you actually had a pretty cool. Your first talk was about retention of employees, and you were partnered up there on stage with somebody you didn't know. I mean, I think you met him.
Patrick Uriel.
Yeah, just
Ivor's
briefly.
Restaurants.
Ivor's Restaurant, which my wife loves out of Seattle, and he's got a cool.
It's a West Coast.
Yeah, so out of Seattle, and we're obviously out of Central Florida, and cool. But you guys spoke really kind of similar vibes, but different delivery. I thought your message was pretty powerful about how to retain employees and how to retain top quality employees. And there were probably 70 people in that room. And I think they probably spoke to you for another 45 minutes. after the speech was over,
Probably
Just
a few
pick-
minutes.
just
But they
picking
were
your
speaking to you
brain.
too. They were picking your brain.
they were, and
Yeah.
and so the fact that our culture is strong, and that's what you spoke about
Yeah,
mostly.
Mostly, yes.
But I'm looking around the room while you're talking, and they're taking notes.
Sure.
They're super engaged. So that was super cool. And then dinner at Franklin's
Oh yeah.
and hanging out at the Gibson at
Oh,
Gibson's.
Gibson Steakhouse.
My God, my glass on the
bar.
player
No,
piano
the piano,
with this guy
yeah.
playing piano, and we're singing "Sweet Caroline."
Actually,
what a
you
great
were the
time.
only one singing that.
No, I was not.
Oh, no,
I
I'm
was
just
not.
kidding.
The
I'm
whole
kidding.
yeah. So
Yeah.
But
great time.
yes,
Great
it
time.
was a great time. Leading into what we were talking about, though, with culture and retaining employees, kind of the hidden costs of running restaurants. And the National Restaurant Association did a survey. 38% of restaurants are not making money, meaning they're breaking even or losing money. 38%. You and I talked about this.
Yeah.
Outback is closing. We both work for Outback. They're closing locations.
Red Lobster.
Red Lobster.
Darden.
Fucking Red Lobster.
I know, but
I mean,
Darden,
those cheddar biscuits.
They're not.
but Darden, I
closing.
mean, they're
They're an iconic brand.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
and now they're showing that
they are
Crystal might be on the
the
block from
big-
fast food.
Yeah.
You're looking at
Yeah.
White Castle. I mean,
Yeah.
the Boston Market,
Done.
Tijuana Flats. I mean, we can keep
Yeah.
going. These are people that
Yeah.
huge. When I say huge, we have 3 locations.
Yes.
These are brands that are much bigger than us.
Yes.
And
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
yes, we're talking 38%
Yeah.
of restaurants in this country are not making money or losing money.
Yeah.
This is significant. And when I gave that speech,
Yeah.
I think the number one hidden cost in running a restaurant is employee turnover.
Yeah.
You hire an employee, the amount of money it takes to recruit, to then hire, then train, and then if that employee leaves, the National Restaurant Association, along with Cornell University's Center for Hospitality Research, says that's $5,800.
That's a lot of money.
And the
That's
average
a lot of money.
and the average restaurant in this country is losing $150,000 just to turnover for employees.
Yeah. No,
And
that,
I would say we fucking lost more in Jack's.
Yeah, and
When you
listen,
no, I'm saying when you lose a GM,
yes.
a chef.
a front of house manager, a chef.
And then, yeah, but GM,
Yeah,
well, and then the chef in
Yeah.
between.
So-
but I mean, butted up against that GM.
right.
I mean, that
So
was.
I see where that is on the the higher level, the leadership level in a restaurant, but it's that way because if you have consistency, your food's consistent, your employees are consistent, your customers come in and they see that. I mean,
I know, but I think that the culture is where
Yes.
it is where this all starts, and it's where it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If you're not part of this, then you are part of that. You are falling off.
Yeah.
You're part of that, losing that talent pool.
Yes.
If it's not,
they're
for
gonna
you-
go. They're gonna go somewhere else with a better culture.
Yeah. Listen. So, yeah, you're a good person. You're just not in the right spot.
Sure. And then when we talk about the other hidden cost, repair and maintenance. You mentioned at the show there are so many technologically advanced
Insane.
fucking ovens and fryers and who knows what the fuck the the equipment is.
No, you're running a great business and something breaks down.
Yeah.
Well, you're not prepared for that. And well, can I fix it for $1,000 or can I replace it for $3,000?
It's not
Now you
thermostats.
start-
It's not
But
thermostats.
no,
it's microchips.
No, 100%. Yes,
It's
correct.
microchips now. It's not thermostats. It's not going in and replacing,
Yeah.
that copper
It's
wire.
not some
and-
dude coming in for $50 an
Yeah,
hour,
yeah,
which,
no.
by the way, $50 an hour
It's
as
probably
someone
on the low end.
No,
Yeah,
you're
it's probably on the low end.
150 to 2.
Yeah.
Repair and maintenance costs are have gone up exponentially because they have to be specialized in fixing that equipment.
Yeah.
And then,
well, as an operator, you don't see that coming. You know,
Right.
we just had it recently with an AC breakdown. When does it happen? On a Tuesday? No, on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
On a Saturday night
At 7:30.
It was actually a full electric breakdown. It doesn't happen on a Tuesday. Happens on a Saturday, and
When it hurts the most.
No fault of our operators.
welcome to the restaurant business.
And so now we've lost a Saturday night, and our team members have as well.
Right.
So, but there's no foreseeing that.
And
So
then
that's a hidden cost.
And then, Chris, you probably see this more because in our partnership, you handle this. I just read an article where insurance, when it comes to liquor liability, it's going up. General liability is going up.
Yeah.
We are in a litigious environment, and the more booze that we sell, regardless of the fact that we're selling grapes,
the greater risk we are at. Yes.
Yeah, and so our insurance is going up. Not to mention, fucking property is.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
Well, to talk about retaining talent, health benefits, health insurance, and my partner, Jennifer, my wife, she handles that end of it. But that's
going up.
This is going up. All of these things are just snowballing. It takes from the bottom line. Where do we get more efficient to try to get that back?
I know. So,
well, and as a small operator, which we are,
yes,
and there's smaller operators,
yes,
but and imagine how hard it hits them.
Yeah,
no, it's hitting everyone the same.
It can be catastrophic.
Yes, yeah, no,
it's
life or death.
No, but in the full service, and I just wrote an article about this. 38% of restaurants, again, are not making money or losing money. This is according to the NRA. 33% of every dollar goes to cost of goods.
Yeah.
33% of every dollar goes to labor. So
I'm
now that's
no mathematician, but that's
66%. So now, but then you have to figure, and what they say, you want your everything that's associated with your lease to be at 10%. Now you're 76%.
Good luck there.
And then, but then now you have your electricity costs, which I'm telling you, that has gone up.
Yes.
Thanks to the fucking Biden administration. Sorry, I don't want to get too fucking debated, but all of a sudden you get down to the bottom, you're looking at 4%.
Yeah, it's
which tough. In real we're talking about 4 cents
on the dollar.
4 cents on every dollar.
It's
net profit.
Yeah.
Net profit.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's a difficult situation to be in.
But it's better than being in Canada, because in Canada, no, I'm just saying this. I just want to say this as a kind of something good. In Canada, 62% of restaurants are not making money or losing money.
Wow.
So
that's a culling of the herd.
Yeah, so it's better to be in,
I guess,
the United States.
Yeah, so I will agree with that wholeheartedly.
I just want to leave on a good note, right? And by the way, Rodney Strong is one of my favorite wines.
Yes.
Everyday drinking.
Part of that percentage is probably guys and girls that don't know what they're doing.
No, I disagree.
There are some.
There's a percentage of that percentage
of
sure. I want to own a restaurant. I used to sell RVs.
The novice end of this. I like to cook. I like to do this. But you're not thinking of the full.
To your point,
there's a small percentage of that.
But to your point, we have operated Sonapa for well over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And we affectionately referred to our business as a wine ATM. And then we built...
Which is funny, yes.
No, it's funny. Then we built the second location. Yep. And then the third location. And we still were, I would say, we're doing better than break even. We're about industry average, right?
I think so.
We started with Donald Burns.
Yep, some
coaching,
sure.
and it has made us change our mindset of how we operate our business, and we are definitely
we've gone from a hobby to a going concern.
Well,
correct.
If you're not keeping score,
yes,
you got to keep.
It's practice.
You have to. Yes,
right?
yes. You have to have to benchmark yourself every day.
I would say 12 to 15% profitability, thanks to that coaching and thanks to him helping us change our mindset and realize
the culture that you guys are disseminating. Yes. But I'm saying, from the top down, the top down.
Correct.
Well, and that's what we talk about. Culture bleeds down.
Yes,
it doesn't bleed up. So,
and it starts right here with our employees seeing us at least having a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Well, and hopefully it matriculates down to them. With again, great leadership.
Yeah,
I got to tell you that, and this is probably a story for another time.
Oh, well, let's hear it.
No,
let's go out on this.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's go out on this.
This is a story for another time. But
no, just a short. Then make it a cliff note.
How the three of us became partners, and how it freaking went over my head. And you guys are like, dumbass, here's what we're doing. And the last 3-4 years.
It was like asking a girl out to prom.
I don't know what the timeline is.
It was like asking a girl out to prom who had no idea that she was being asked at the prom.
Right.
No, we can't leave that as a teaser.
No, we can't. That's a tease.
No,
and we'll see you on the next show.
No bullshit. We're laying it out.
We can't. All right, go. All right, go.
So we're building.
Yeah.
Ormond Beach.
You've already got
we're building it. We've got this storybook of how the restaurant's going to look once we open.
Yeah.
And it's in Ormond. Joe's living in Ormond.
Yes.
And Joe.
And
we find out he's coming up on the end of his contract.
I'm living in Ormond, but I'm working in Jacksonville. So I'm commuting
Orange Park.
An hour.
Orange Park?
Yeah. No, not all the way to Orange Park.
Okay.
I'm on this side of the bridge. I'm in Mandarin.
Okay,
gotcha.
Yeah.
He's in Mandarin. It's a big difference.
Okay.
Because,
it's a big difference.
No.
A bridge too far?
I just meant
okay.
I just meant sales. I meant sales.
Oh yeah, 100%. So
okay, so it doesn't matter. Joe's at a store out back, doing $6 million in sales.
Yeah.
He's driving from Ormond to Jack's
every day.
Yeah. We've been friends for 30 years.
30 years.
At an arm's length, like you say, and really mostly connected from our wives and sisters and family. And we would communicate, hey, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?
Mm-hmm.
And we'd see each other, every few weekends.
Right. Kids' birthdays.
The funny thing is, Sabina would say, "Oh, he's dead in the backyard," because I'm always working on the.
Well, that was my joke. I was like, "Did you have Joe buried in the backyard?" Because I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah. Well, what I'm doing is working.
Yes. You were. All right. So grinding at it.
So we present Joe with the storyboard and say, Joe, do you know anybody that would want to?
This was actually at your house.
No, it was at the location.
It was first at his house.
We had set the hook saying, hey, we want you to come up and see what we're doing here.
But it was at the fucking restaurant.
It was at the location.
We're in the middle of construction.
Yes.
It was a shit show.
You're all dusty and grimy and
sweaty.
We're doing demo.
Yeah.
And we have this book laid out with a beautiful restaurant. And you looking at it like, okay, flip the page. Okay, flip the page. Okay, like, I'll give it some thought. I might know somebody.
Yeah, I might know.
Yeah, and I fucking finally said, Joe,
dumbass.
You
talking about you.
And you finally said,
oh shit,
me?
Yeah.
You at the time you were thinking Nick, who's now.
I was, I was thinking, because I was in a decent place, but I was just traveling so much.
Right.
But dude, the
quality of life.
Yeah.
I had a decent the what we're doing here is so powerful. The team that we've built, the mentorship that we're doing with our teams, it absolutely blows me away. It gives me goosebumps. The fact that we're growing what we're growing right now, and we've got some young leaders in our system that have a future to build their families and build their lives.
Sure.
And we're fucking putting out a good product.
Great product.
And
Phenomenal.
Come in, great wine, great food, great atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like we're hitting every mark. And then to be partners with you two guys that are friends first and then business partners, it's pretty fucking cool. So I don't know why I went down that street. But I'm glad we did.
Well,
so
sure.
yeah,
Listen,
very cool. Very
well,
cool.
we did it, and listen, we've captured grapes with our wine, bourbon, a little side.
Okay.
We talked about the NRA show.
Yep.
Yes.
Not to be confused with
the National Rifle Association.
No, we definitely don't want to be confused with that.
Yeah.
And nor does the National Restaurant Association.
Okay.
Right.
And then we talked about 38% of restaurants fucking failing.
Yeah, that's
And we brought it back.
That's a tough
the
reality.
culture and Joe being with our company.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shit to pack in.
Wow.
Again.
Okay.
Boom.
Soak it all in.
Yeah.
Love
All
you
right.
guys. Cheers.
Love you, boys.
Yep.
Cheers.
Taste toast together.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
I never fucking
good stuff.
record.
You're
Stop
a
it.
fucking
You're lying.
idiot.
I didn't.
You did not hit.
I didn't hit record.
Thank you for listening to Grapes and Debates, presented by So Napa Grill. For more information, visit us today at sonapa.com.